All right, welcome back. So we are out again today with the Outcast 8S. Went ahead and got the ESC fan replaced and learned that the receiver not coming on, I think, has something to do with the update of this Spectrum. When I put the Pro Moto update, it's a firmware issue that's not allowing the receiver to come on. If I power off the remote, power on the RC, and then turn on the remote, it activates it and it binds. That seems to be what's going on right now. If I power the remote on first and then plug it in, it won't arm. And then I gotta bind and recalibrate. So this remote was updated for the Pro Moto MX, and it wiped all my RCs out of here. I believe it has something to do with the firmware of this remote, but I'm going to end up sticking this RC on my other Spectrum controller, and we'll see how it goes from there. The old school one with, it's still a DX5C, it's just not the rugged. The rugged's the latest one that I have. But we're gonna get up here, we're gonna run this thing again today in hopes that it doesn't break. I did have to change out an axle. It broke the right axle pin. It's already broke the left axle pin. I've got axles on order. The right front arm is cracked. It's not cracked all the way through. It's split where the sway bar mount goes to the control arm. It's got a crack there. So we'll see if it lasts. Hopefully it does. I got to get down, pick up an arm. Just trying to wait for the axles to come in so that I can get all new axles into this RC. And I ordered diff cups as well. And we'll go from there. I'm not sure if the sharpness of these diff cups are snapping these pins, because they are starting to wear. And I do read the comments where people are saying, you know, get the Vitavon axles or get the M2C axles. M2C clearly states not to run an aftermarket arm, which I agree with them. It clearly says do not run an RPM arm. And there's a reason for that. The RPM arms, like I experienced, they were too soft. And they literally would bend and break axles, pull axles out. Too much flexibility in them. It was snapping the links. The original factory arms were like glass. The updated arms from Arrma, which came out on the Creighton version 2.5, those seem to work pretty good. And then the third revision of the EXB arm seems to be the arm that holds up really well. Little flexibility with the strength. So that seems to be working. Did have to change out the ESC fan. I put a Typhoon version 2 on here. I think I'm gonna have to go with the low profile fans for the ESC, because the heavier ones under impact, they're just ripping the guts out of these fans. The factory fan, the blade moves around. It's a low profile fan, and all the blades get knocked off of them. Even if I space up the cover, it was still knocking the fins off the fans, off the factory castle fans. So just little things I'm dealing with, just all part of the hobby, finding what's going to work best. I might even gear this one down because I have such a tall pinion in this thing, and I might just lose the motor fans. The impacts are so hard that it's tearing stuff up on the landings. I love the speed. Oh. See if it'll handle these jumps. Oh, EXP chassis 7075. You can see off my landings from the last time, I still haven't bent the chassis. So it's all on how you're landing. If you land on a rock or something like that, you're gonna bend your chassis. You put an M2C chassis in there, it's gonna get so heavy you're not gonna be able to keep arms and stuff on it. On bad landings. But that's the same as the factory chassis. What a blast. Ooh, that sounded harsh. Those are hard landings. Trigger control. Uh-oh. Fans are still sounding okay, but those impacts are killer. Chassis still doing okay. I tried a different mount for the fan. Tried a different mounting for the ESC fan. I got 4 screws in it now instead of 2 studs. Oh. Pretty cool. Gotta love it. Try to hit the other track, let the fans work a little bit. It is a hot day. Like I said, I'm not trying to kill it today. Every time this thing's been out, it's broken. Just off the sended jumps. Do like this remote because I can steer it and control it with one hand. So it's got me concerned ever since I've reprogrammed this DX5C Rugged to the Promoto so that I can use it on the bike. It put aircraft software in it, and all of them were having a lot of issues downloading that program. I had several issues and had to have my son do it, and then it wiped out all my models that were in there. And this is the only ground RC other than the Promoto that's in this remote right now. So I might stick on another RC and see if it's acting up with binding with another RC. Because I originally put my Big Rock 6S during testing, I put it on this as well. But that was also having firmware issues. And then when I sent it back, I put it back on the original remote, and it hasn't had any issues since then. God, those are just hard impacts. Sounds like a fan again. Sounds like we broke that fan again. I'm gonna take a look real quick. Sounds like we broke the ESC fan, or one of the fans. Yeah, this fan broke off the holder again. So that's when you start hearing that noise. So I can watch it walking. It's still cooling right now, but literally every support to this fan, it's loose. It's just laying on the bottom right now. These fans are doing okay. It's just my ESC fan. Well, that sucks. It's gonna be another, I gotta stick a low profile fan on that thing, because that's what it needs. The low profile fans break, they just don't break as easy. That big fan cooling that ESC just can't take those hard impacts. So I might just gear it down and put a low profile fan on there. You can hear the fan just, it's gonna stop any minute now. Couple more hard landings and the ESC is gonna overheat. It's the inertia from the backflips. Those really kills the fan. Kind of sounds like the ESC fan already stopped, because I only hear the other two fans now. So these guys are showing up, riding BMX on the BMX course or mountain bike. Come to watch. Gotta take it easy. That ESC is gonna heat up real quick. Get back to the car. Motor fans have been doing okay. But that ESC fan, every time I've taken it out, I've broken one for one. It's just because it's so big. I do have a Game Changer low profile fan, which I'm gonna stick that on there next. I just have to modify the mounts again because I set it up for a big fan. I set this up for speed across grass, that kind of stuff. But now I'm converting it over to a basher. So I might just gear it down as well. I do love the gearing because I have plenty of air control. My right front wheel's going in a little bit now. Probably has related to that control arm that's got a crack in it. Alignment hasn't been half bad. considering I just eyeballed the alignment. The rear's got toe in. The front's pretty much zero with like a quarter toe in on acceleration. When you accelerate, it pulls the arms in a little bit. I might bring that right wheel out just a hair. When you get toe in the back, it gives you really good grip in dirt. On asphalt, it'll start to wear the tires, but on loose dirt like this, toe in literally gives you grip and helps it to go straight and also helps it to whip around. Probably gonna do a little adjustment to that alignment. There we go. So I gotta screw this one in, which I believe is up. There we go. A couple turns in. See how that does. Gives you that better turning. Whip it right around. A lot better steering control. It's glitching. Yep, overheat. ESC's overheating. Let's take a look at this fan now. I'm pretty sure the ESC fan already stopped because it got quieter. Yeah, see? Totally broke off. ESC, the warning is overheat and it's hot. Want to see what this ESC is getting to. 145, 150 degrees. So the internal temp's going to be a lot more. $150 cutoff. Gotta have the ESC fan. So that's 4 broken fans now. Motor fans are doing okay. It's just I think I'm gonna do a low profile. It's about half as tall as this. It won't impact so hard, and hopefully stop breaking those, because I'm tired of soldering new fans on. Plus I'm going through these fans quickly. But there we go. Little Mother Dave bash. Control arm hung in there like a trooper. You can see the front of the body getting the standard impact through the shock tower. But there we go. Getting this thing dialed in one by one. Man, I keep cutting my finger unplugging this RC. But there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you on the next video. Get out there, run some RC. They need to start draining their tanks. This one's got water in it too. This tank has not been drained. Secondary. Look at the secondary. Secondary and primary, full of water. The drivers need to start emptying their air tanks.